Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. We are back here at one of my favorite filming spot locations because guess what? A great friend of mine, fan and subscriber of Rady's Rides, has decided to give me the keys to his new car. What is it? It is that 2023 Toyota GR Corolla, but guess what? This isn't the regular GR Corolla. This is the GR Corolla Circuit Edition. But before we get into this hot hatch, all-wheel drive, carbon fiber roof equipped car, let's talk about what's going on here. GR, Gazoo Racing, that is the branch of Toyota Motorsports that really does all their endurance racing, sports car racing, and of course, World Rally Championship entries. Now what's awesome is that here in the United States, we're getting something special. We've been looking across the pond and seeing that over in Europe and some of the other countries in Asia, they've been getting the GR Yaris, a two-door hot hatch based off of a homologation rule to be built so that they could race, so that Toyota could race in the World Rally Championship. Well, we were over here saying, WTF, we want to have our all-wheel drive fun. The challenge is that the Yaris has not been sold in the United States for a few years now, and Toyota knows that for the most part, a subcompact hot hatch really wouldn't be what they think we want here in the States. So what they decided was to go the Corolla route. GR Corolla adds that extra performance, adds the extra style, and we actually have more horsepower than what the GR Yaris has. So what I want to find out is if you're looking for a performance car, a new performance car, is this the best one to buy? Let's go ahead. Let's dive into Roberts and find out. Right off the bat, this is the first time I'm ever seeing supersonic red on a circuit edition. I've seen the matte heavy metal gray color, I've seen the white, but supersonic red really makes it pop in the Florida sun. Now at the front of the business, you're gonna get that extra width that we want. So you're gonna get, of course, that extra style, extra width because we have flared fenders all four corners. I am gonna have to zonk this area because this is just a fake blocked off vent. Would have been nice to put maybe some fog lamps, some LED lighting, or just make it functional. So that is a zonk, but I do love the way they blend in that lip splitter into the lower front fascia. You are gonna get full LED headlights, daytime running lamps, and turn signals, and you can see that flared fender effect. Looking fantastic. We do have our fogs down here. LED, nice round rally-esque opening. And then as we come across that front nose, you can see that width that I was telling you about. Now what's great is that next to the Toyota badge, you do have functionality up top, and then you're gonna have functionality all the way down, especially this lower portion. And of course, no GR vehicle isn't complete unless it has that badge. Gazoo Racing, that's what it stands for, and it's all about performance. Now, as we rise up, you're gonna get a special hood on the Circuit Edition from the base, which is called the Core. We get that nice bulge that you want. So you don't have to take the socks and put them where you know you've been putting them because you got the real bulge. We also have functional heat extractors. Really, really nice touch on both sides there with that bulge. The one thing I would have liked to have seen is those actually in the hood rather than stuck on the hood. You can see how here's that bulge coming up and then they're just placed on top. It would have been nice if they kind of grooved this out and sunk them into the hood. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section. Now, as we come around the bend, what are we working with? Wheel and tire setup. So you're gonna find these unique wheels to the Circuit Edition. Multi-spoke, gloss black. They are wrapped with Michelin Pilot Super Sport, those 4S tires. Nicely done. 235 on the width, 40 series sidewall all the way around. What's interesting is that because this is a 2023, this wheel is specific to this model year. For 2024, they're doing a different wheel. So if you're looking at a 2023 Circuit Edition, you're actually gonna have a unique wheel compared to the 2024. You'll notice our nice, large Brembo calipers with the GR badge, and we have two-piece rotors that are slotted, and that's gonna help cut down on heat. And because they're two-piece, that's also gonna cut down on heat, but it also helps with the weight being swung around as you're driving to give us that less rotating mass. That's gonna quicken up the steering. We do have special suspension, all four corners. And what's great about this car is that it's all-wheel drive. So you could actually have it 60-40, 30-70, or 50-50 splits. And we'll talk more about that when we get to the interior. Now, as we rise back up, I'm gonna have Steven kind of swing around, show you that flared fender, but also show you the functional fender vent on the side with the GR badge there, looking good. You do get gloss black on the mirror caps, LED turn signals, and then the big news is up top, we have a forged carbon fiber roof. This is gonna cut about 8 pounds off the top of the GR Corolla. That's gonna help lower our center of gravity. And this is another thing that when you go Circuit Edition and you pay a little bit more money for that Circuit Edition, that's one of the many things that you're getting. The hood, the roof, but wait, there's some more stuff coming. Love the way they did the side sill with that GR4 all-wheel drive system. You can see how they put the flared fender into the rear passenger door, and then it comes into the rear fender itself. And then as we swing around up back, up top, the Circuit Edition has the spoiler up top. The Marizo Edition and the Core do not. So we have a nice rally-esque functional rear spoiler. You could see the width. Look at that nice width coming off the back. We have functionality in that bumper area, the GR Corolla badge. And then down below, we got that triple exhaust, very unique oval shape slash cut on the far sides. And then in the center, we have this oval shaped slash cut in the center. Gonna give us a unique sound because guess what? We don't have a 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. We have a 3-cylinder turbocharged engine. Let's go ahead, let's pop that bulge of a hood and check it out. All right guys, we got the hood popped. You do have a prop rod. I'm not zonking it on this type of car. Underneath the hood, tasteful engine cover. I like the way it's got the GR badge, the turbo name, a little bit of red, and you can even see on the airbox as well, GR Toyota Gazoo Racing. But what do we got underneath that plastic cover? Like I said, it's a 1.6 liter turbocharged inline 3 that produces 300 horsepower. Think about that. That's 100 horsepower per cylinder. Not many vehicles being produced today can do that. 273 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to one transmission and the right transmission only. That is a 6-speed manual. If you know how to do the dance on your twinkle toes, you're looking at 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds, quarter mile in 13.1 at 106 miles per hour. Top speed, the zonk is governed to 143 miles per hour. MPG's 21 in the city, 28 on the highway. That's with all-wheel drive, remember. And the vehicle weighs 3,269 pounds. Now, if you notice as we back away, you'll see up top, here's those functional vents where it's gonna dump air and release air from underneath the hood. Nice to have that functionality there on both sides. But why don't we go ahead? 300 horsepower per cylinder is very impressive. Let's fire it up and hear what it sounds like. All right, guys, we are inside this 2023 Toyota GR Corolla Circuit Edition, all thanks to Robert. He is such a good guy, always helps me out whenever I go up to Loki Kia, and now he is really making my day by giving me the chance to go on throttle in his Circuit Edition. Now, I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I like performance cars. I want them to have the most that they could bring me. How much is this car? Because I don't want to go spend $80,000 on a hot hatch. Well, the great news is you don't have to do that. MSRP for the way this one is optioned is right at $44,000. Let's see what you get for your hard-earned money to the door panels. I do like the way it's a very clean door style. You have soft touch material all over the top. The red stitching, not only on the door panel, but also the armrest. The big zonk is the gloss black. Get rid of that. We don't need that. Nice large door pocket, easily get a big Buford from Checkers and curly fries. That's actually Robert's favorite, is the big Buford, because that's what all his buddies call him over at Loki Kia because of all the cars he sells. And a banana milkshake. Now going from the door panel to the dash, we got the JBL sound system. I like consistency. I like cohesive design. Where's my red stitching? Did they run out on Robert's car? So I am going to zonk this because it's black stitching. I would like to see red. I like the silver trim and the way everything is soft, but the red stitching just would have made a nice complete setup. Radar detector, of course, is not included, but highly recommended if you're buying a car like this. And then of course we have our 8-inch, standard 8-inch infotainment system. I know a lot of other vehicles have larger. This is the standard 8-inch, but it does have the new multimedia operating software, which is great compared to what they were running before. You have your standard AC controls, easy to figure out. We have, I don't know if Steven could show it, the GR start-stop button, Gazoo Racing. And then down below you have 2 stages of heated seats, a USB-C nicely placed, and then of course we have wireless charging. Now the good news is they saved the day, brought me some red stitching. You got your drive mode selector switch, which I'll show you more of that when you come to the business end. Shut off the traction control. And then guess what? We got the GR Marizo shift knob. Marizo is the name that Mr. Toyota uses when he goes racing. That's his like code name. Down below, we have that GR4 system when you can twist and go, like I said, 60-40, 70-30, or 50-50. And that's 70% to the rear wheels, guys. Love the way they did the red stitching, nice mechanical e-brake. The big zonk, let me know how you feel about it, no center armrest or storage. So what that means is all your crap has to go in the cup holders, like Robert has shown us here, and he's got a lot of crap. I do like the way you got the GR specific key fob, easy, nice and light, it's not gonna poke you in your junk. And then of course the seats, very Recaro-esque. They have the wonderful stitching, the GR embroidery, love the Alcantara material, all manual controls for the passenger and the driver, but that's okay because of the type of seat it is. But why don't you come over to the business end? I want to show you behind this GR Corolla specific wheel on the business end. Come on over. All right guys, business time behind the wheel. One thing I want to show you right up top is you do get that plate letting you know that this is one of just 1,500. I wish that they would put this plate in the cabin and not where you can't see it when the door is closed. Down below you are getting nice aluminum pedals, clutch, brake, and throttle. And guess what? You could do your heel toe downshifting if you want, or you hit this button right here. It says IMT, Intelligent Manual Transmission. That's the automatic rev match downshift feature that you could have the car do the heel toe downshifting for you. And you do have a heated steering wheel, which is nice. The seats are phenomenal. I feel like they give you just enough bolstering to make things interesting and hold you in place, but it's not gonna squish you. So that's the good news. The better news is you have a specific steering wheel to the GR Corolla. Not my favorite horn button, but I do like the GR badge. This aluminum finish is really nice. Flat black on all the switchgear. It is a manual tilting and telescoping wheel. And then of course we have our digital display. Let me show you what we have going on when we go through the different modes. So you go into sport mode, and that's going to change how the instrumentation is displayed. And what I'm gonna do is get that warning out of the way, or we could go full track mode, baby. And what's nice is in the center, you actually have that gear indicator, and you could actually switch through the different information on the right-hand side as well. So really, really nice the way they have that set up. And you have your gauge pack there. Coolant, oil pressure, oil temp, those things are very, very important. But why don't we go ahead, let's get in the back seat because I want to go on throttle in this GR Corolla. All right guys, we are sitting in the back seat area, and guess what? Out of all the hot hatches, whether you're looking at a Golf R, a Type R, a Type S, this is the smallest when it comes to space. Not only for the passengers, but wait until we get to the cargo area. It's a little on the tighter side. The good news is, just like up front, I'm not touching the headliner and I'm not hunched over. And remember, I am 6 feet tall. You do have pockets on both sides, which are nice. And what you could do is you could put a couple books back here, maybe some magazines, maybe even have like a mirror. That way your passenger can see themselves freaking out as you're going on throttle through the twisty bits, and they could take pictures of that. Take pictures of themselves in the mirror. That could be like a new Instagram hashtag, throwing up mirror hashtag. And then, of course, the back little area here, there's no armrest, but the good news is they give you a 12-volt and a USB-C that you could use in the back seat, so that's a very nice touch. I have my own pocket. I'm gonna put some freaking Twinkies back here because I'm starving. It's hard plastic up top, so I am gonna zonk that. I would like the soft material like they get up front. But the seats are comfy. It's just a little cramped in here. Thank God we have oh crap handles, and you might have to use both of them and hang in here like a monkey. But why don't we go ahead, we actually have a monkey on board. Let's get in the cargo area and see how much room we have in this Circuit Edition. Yeah, time to get under the hatch. It's a hatchback. That means we have some usable space. I'm gonna hit the button. You have to lift it up, and what do we have? We have our trunk monkey. That trunk monkey has kept Robert safe since its first all-wheel drive performance car, which was a Subaru WRX STI many years ago. But look at the cargo space that we have. The downside is, compared to say the Golf R and some of the other hot hatches, this has the tightest amount of space. It's 18 cubic feet of space. And the reason why is because, remember, we have the rear diff out back for that all-wheel drive system. You can see how we have large nooks. Normally Robert keeps a couple boxes of track day Twinkies. He already went to the track and ate them. And then of course, you get a 60-40 split on the rear seat. So those are gonna fold down 60-40. Remember, trunk monkey is not included with the purchase of a GR Corolla. You gotta go out and get your own monkey. But you know what? I'm done monkeying around. You see what I did there? We're gonna go ahead, hit some twisty bits, and go on throttle in Robert's GR Corolla Circuit Edition. All right, guys, we are in Robert's 2023 GR Corolla Circuit Edition. Thank you, Robert, for throwing me the keys to this amazing all-wheel drive hot hatch. What we're gonna do is I have it in the torque split 30-70. So 70% of the power is going to the rear. We have it in track mode, excuse me, in sport mode, and I shut the traction control off. And right away, the one thing I wanna point out is you sit a little high in the GR Corolla, and I have the manual seat control all the way slammed down. I still feel higher than the passenger seat. And that, to me, I kind of like the feeling of being in the vehicle rather than sitting on the seat. I'd rather sit in the seat, and that's one of my hang-ups. But if you're ready, I'm ready. I want to go through the 6-speed manual transmission and do some twisty bits. Got that sound of that inline 3 turbocharged engine. If you're ready, I'm ready. Here we go, on throttle! All the way out to 7,000 RPM. Nice. Into third. Brakes feel good. Fourth. On those brakes. You can feel the power delivery here. Yeah! Nice. Pulls, pulls, pulls all the way to 7,000. All right, so let's talk about what's going on here. Great brake pedal. Great brake pedal pressure and feel. Very little travel. I like that. It feels more like a race car where there's not a lot of travel. It's easy to modulate. Throttle feels amazing, especially when you're in the middle of a corner and you just want to, modulate and be moderate on the throttle and just hold that steady throttle. You're able to do that. Gearbox, the throws are a little on the longer side. I wish they were just a little bit shorter, but it does have a nice crisp engagement. Steering, the balance is there. And I like the way you could set up that torque difference very easily, depending if you want the 60-40, 30-70, or 50-50. Seats hold you in, no problem. The only thing, like I said, with the seats is the height. I do like the large gear indicator. I mean, it is ginormous in the center of the tack, so you know exactly where you're at any given moment. And I think balance is the key here. When you tip the corner in, when you tip to take the corner, it holds the line nicely. There's no body roll, and you could really feel the all-wheel drive doing its thing in a very, very good way. But I really love the braking. Under brakes, hard braking, the nose doesn't really dive a lot, and when you come out of a corner, you're not getting a ton of squat, which is great as well. So it's not the chassis. If you're wondering what the hell does all that mean, the chassis staying very, very stable, and I like that. All right, guys, first gear, slow roll, 2,500 RPM, on throttle, here we go. Nice. Yee-hoo! Very, very balanced. Oh, yeah, baby. I tell you, the clutch is easy to modulate. I like the downshifts with the automatic rev match downshift. And if you want to shut it off, it's just a button press away. You don't have to go through the infotainment system. I guess, you know, I would like it to just be a little bit more planted, and I don't know if that comes down to the 235s that we have. I don't know if it comes down to, you know, we don't have 4S's, we got the Pilot Sport 4s, or just a little bit wider tire. That's, I don't know. It's one of those things where you would think would all, that's what I try to say to everybody. They think that if you throw all-wheel drive at something, then you're just gonna be so hooked up, everything in your life is perfect. But that is not necessarily the case that we're finding in Robert's GR Corolla. All right, guys, one more time for you, one more time for Robert. If you're ready, we're doing second gear. On throttle, here we go. Nice. On the brakes. I tell you, I do like the way the front and the rear of the vehicle speaks with one another. It's very balanced in that sense. A little bit of a decreasing radius coming up. Really gonna test the handling of this all-wheel drive hot hatch. Buttoned up, buttoned down. Nice. I tell you, this is what I was talking about. We are living in a very special time right now because these cars are not gonna last forever. Toyota has decided to allow another year of GR Corolla production. There's no more Morizo, that was a 1-year only deal, but they will have a circuit edition and they will have the core. But if you're holding out for some magical car that's a compact performance car, you need to pull the plug on one of these. And this GR Corolla, it's speaking my language. But we're gonna get back to where it all started, because I know Robert said leave some gas in the tank and some rubber on the wheels. So we need to get back and wrap this one up and get Robert back his baby. So I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been one of those days that I just love sharing the car passion with others, especially Robert, and we definitely got to thank him for sharing his new GR Corolla Circuit Edition with us. Let me know what you think. Is this the best way to go for the money for a new performance vehicle? Let me know how you feel about it in the comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Radies Rides family. Of course, we need to give it up to Stephen Flood Photography. He's driving cars with all-wheel drive. He drives cars front-wheel drive. You know, it's one of those things, sometimes he has to let those all-wheel drive vehicles go. So show him some love in the comment section. Thank you, Stephen, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.